Hello, ladies. In this life, it's either eat or be eaten. Beauty is preyed on by very predatory people, jealous women at your work. They will fixate on your personal life. Weirdos at school probably befriended you just to study you and copy your essence. And then you have the strange men who are attracted to your beauty and come on super strong, but most of the time have ill intentions for you. These people really cannot help themselves. I've really come to realize that they can't help themselves. They're like moths to a flame. They desire the proximity to your beauty. They are attracted to it, like a moth to a flame. And some of them even feel entitled to accessing it, hence the predatory behavior, such as, the stalking, the spying, the imitating, and the heavy pursuit. When it comes to stalking, this could be via social media. This could also be in real life. I know there are many stories of beautiful women who have dealt with stalking, men and women who have stalked them online, who are like perpetual stalkers online, who watch their page, who watch everything they do very closely, and who are very just invested in them in an unhealthy, strange, weird way. And then you have the people who actually stalk in real life, who are a lot more sinister and dangerous. These people have let their obsessions for beautiful women go too far, and they actually will follow beautiful women around. This has happened to me, where I have ran into men at my gym who will literally follow me around the gym. If they make eye contact with me one time, for whatever reason, they think that that's a signal to stalk me and track me like a predator. So we're going to get into it today. We're really going to discuss how to eat and not be eaten as a desirable woman, because no one really prepares us for having this level of beauty, right? No one really tells us or teaches us how to be predators in a world where we are literally prey. They teach beautiful women to be sweet, approachable, desirable, like we are literally groomed and taught how to be these things, but they never really teach us how to be dangerous. And when I say dangerous, I don't mean violent. I mean dangerous as in unreachable, unmanipulatable, and ungovernable. These are things that we've never thought we needed until our back was against the wall and we were being harassed. We were being negged. We were being heavily pursued by people who we had no interest in, but they were sort of like forcing us into interacting with them. Very weird stuff. Firstly, ladies, beauty makes you a target. We've spoken about this numerous of times in my previous videos, but pretty privilege absolutely has a shadow side, and it does attract predators. When it comes to men, some men don't pursue beautiful women for love or to cherish them. They really just pursue them for things like status, validation, sexual conquest, like the list goes on, control. So like I say in a lot of my videos, they view you as a prize or something to win or tame or collect, as opposed to something to cherish and love. And some of the tactics that weird men and strange men use in their pursuit of you is negging. This is something that complete strangers will do to you as well. They will just kind of subtly insult you, but it's masked as flirting or masked as trying to be funny. And it's really designed to lower your confidence and to increase control. They do feel a sense of power over you when they do this. I don't know why, but these people are weird for a reason. They also like to test boundaries. People who target your beauty, they want to test your boundaries. They want to see, how far can I push this girl? How far can I really go with this girl before she pushes back? It's really strange. I don't know what human being of God would want to provoke somebody to anger just to see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to get some deliverance. Another thing that people do when they target beauty is they weaponize vulnerability. So they'll create fake trauma stories to create some type of like cord to you. So emotional cord or some type of like emotional obligation from you. You'll be surprised. Some people will go to crazy lengths in order to get in your good graces and get close to you. So if they can create some type of fake trauma story to trauma dump with you, so that they can create this connection, this false connection that was based on false pretenses, they will absolutely do it because they are obsessed and they're pressed. Which brings me into the next part of this video, which is why beautiful women become prey. Oftentimes, due to our programming and our upbringing, we have become overly polite. We explain our boundaries instead of just acting on them. We fear being called mean. How many of us were at one point afraid of being mean? So you wanted to come off super nice, but you realized that only attracted more energy vampires, more narcissists, more sociopaths. This is why you are prey, because you are these things. You are afraid to be called mean. You explain your boundaries instead of acting on them, and you're overly polite. A lot of times beautiful women become prey because they confuse attention for love. Just because some guy is pursuing you heavily, and we've all been there where there's a guy who's like super, super interested in us and does not want to let up and is just going super hard to get our attention. We've come to realize that that person was just showing fan behavior. That never meant they loved us or that they were the one or that's who God sent for us. No, but when you're naive and when you don't know anything, you take that as love. You take that as, oh, he must really like me. Oh, he must be the one. No, we're not in a fairy tale. This is real life. People stalk, people prey, people are obsessed. People have sick obsessions with you. People who you wouldn't even think. So you have to be very careful with taking someone's attention as love or getting excited about someone showering you in unwarranted attention and unsolicited attention and praise when technically you didn't even earn it from them and they shouldn't even be giving it to you that freely. That's how you know they have ulterior motives and they're most likely not in love with you. They're in lust with you. Most women are taught to not be rude, give men chances. Oh, if he's mean to you, that means he likes you. Oh, be understanding. It teaches us to exist and be soft and accessible and not actually have any type of sovereignty or, like I was saying before, autonomy or protection over ourselves. So the prey mindset literally says, hopefully they'll respect me, while a predator mindset literally says, I move in ways that command respect. And so this is where I'm saying a lot of beautiful women need to take on a predator mindset. You need to be very apex and predatory about your safety, your respect, your boundaries. Like everything needs to be unwavering. And you need to be super strict about every last thing in your life so that people know what's up. That includes militant boundaries, You need to learn to say no and enjoy saying no. If you cross this line, access revoked. Silence is the best way to teach people as well. When people violate your boundaries, sometimes, explaining to people, it doesn't really do anything. I don't waste my breath. I just show people in my actions what my boundaries are. And if you continue to cross those, I will just be silent and you'll get the picture then. Because silence teaches them so they can't continue to try you, prod and poke at your emotions and play with you. No, you are going to handle me with care and handle me with respect the first time. So I want to get into the tactics to really move like an apex predator as a beautiful woman, because people are moving like apex predators with you and you don't even know it, or you're making excuses and they're literally preying on you. So beautiful women have to gatekeep their proximity. Everyone does not deserve access to you. They don't deserve your time. They don't deserve your presence, your body, your emotions, your thoughts. You have to gatekeep. Gatekeeping looks like you not giving out your socials easily. So if you're in a public place, or you're at a networking event, or you're at school, or you're at work, God forbid, I made this mistake, giving out my socials to coworkers. They don't need to know your business, because as soon as they see your life on social media, they start perceiving you, they start stalking you, they start getting obsessed, they start talking shit. The next thing you know, you're being sabotaged, you're being set up. I don't have time for that. People don't need to know anything about you, and gatekeeping yourself socially is how you move like an apex predator, because while everyone else is just letting all their business hang out, they got all their business on Front Street, you're remaining private. This also looks like waiting before exchanging personal information. So, you don't have to give a guy your number the first time you meet him. You can give him your social media and he can graduate to the number eventually if that's what you see fit. You don't have to do what people want you to do. You control this. It's your life. Okay? You have to be so tactical in this world when your beauty is literally up for grabs, when your beauty is literally currency and people are trying to suck it dry, people are trying to siphon it, people are trying to compete with it, people are trying to use it and abuse it. You have to move and you have to practice awareness all the time. And I don't care what anyone tries to say, if they try to make you feel like you're weird for being super militant about your safety and about your mental health and your spiritual health, they just don't get it, you know? And that's why we have this channel, so we can become privy to these things and make sure that we are always sharpening our minds to be aware of things like this, so that you can eat and not be eaten. So ladies, drop down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll also be leaving my email in the description box so you can share your stories with me there as well. Have a lovely day, ladies.